Here's how I sculpt a skull in an hour and 44 minutes. One of the first things that I do is I establish the overall size of the sphere to match the reference skull that I'm using. And then from there I just pull out the rough forms. I can get most of the proportions, main shapes at a relatively low resolution. This will allow much easier adjustments, and I can get the main parts of the skull that you would screw up later on if you had a lot of details correct. This is the first time I actually sculpt septum, which is the area between the nose, and I think I have some turbinados in there, which are these structures in the septum. I always get inflamed myself with allergies. This skull is kind of unusual. I didn't notice it till I started working on it, but the eye sockets are not the same on both sides. And I also used masking for teeth this time around, which allows me to create a nicer overlap of the teeth. I feel that, this is not still the best way of doing teeth, but for an hour 44 minutes, it's good enough. I think the best way would actually be to put holes where the teeth go and then actually put little cubes in there to get the teeth the right shape. What I'm doing right here is using Damien Standard and asymmetry to map out where all the teeth are. And I don't do them all because I don't have enough resolution to get the details too well, but it gives the overall shape good enough. And I also cut into the back of the jaw to make it thinner. I always work the whole skull to continuously improve the overall look. When I mask out, I'm going to split the lower jaw, close holes, and I use Dynamesh to remove a lot of material. It's not super precise, but I got the right thickness this time around as the last time. This lower part of the upper skull was kind of hard to do because there was a teeth jaw in the way. I kind of think you need to have that separated to actually sculpt it correctly. Very asymmetric at this point. The whole skull is asymmetric. And one thing that I did differently this time around was I cut holes into the zygomatic arch using the curve bridge tool. It lets you create these tunnels into your mesh, and they don't have to be the same size on both sides of the hole. Here it's just refinement until it looks good. I keep moving my lighting around to see the forms better, and I think overall I got a pretty good likeness. Yeah, if I spent a lot more time I could get more accurate, and the suture marks, I just kind of use a Damien Standard to hint at where they are. They are not anywhere near accurate. They have these little teeny jiggly lines that are kind of hard to sculpt. Kind of like the teeth in a way. The teeth are hard to sculpt quickly because there's just so much to look at once. I think the better way to do teeth, again, is just to have them separately. But I like this method just because it creates a very uniform look.